I just kind of started feeling like here we go again. So then that's why I chose to go back with David and stay with him, because I felt like I'd be less stressed during my pregnancy, because for one, he was working, so I wasn't going to be around him as much, but it was also like the house just feels gloomy sometimes. So I didn't want that to happen while they were there, or I didn't want her to just be like, I ain't taking them. And yeah, I said what I said. She can kiss our ass. I was mad. She has said things, mean things, worse things to me. I'm not playing tit for tat, I'm just saying. We all do it. Now, my dad's not as messy. He don't go talking shit to the other kid about woo-to-woo. We're women, so we are gonna be a little bit more messier. But I did not put my kids in the middle of it. I'm protecting them. Hell, at one point, I think I even told her this too. I wish my dad would just protect me from her. He told me that you have to see people for who they are from your perception yourself. So yes, whenever I wanted to live with her, because I felt like I needed my mom in my life, regardless of if I had Jennifer or not, I felt like, I don't know what it was. I don't remember being manipulated like word for word, but I'm sure there was reasons why I wanted to move back, because either my dad, like I was a kid, my dad probably was not, he probably was being mean, I don't know. But I grew out of that as well. I don't even know where I was going with that. But you have to see people for who they are. So I moved back and forth about a good 3-4 times between my parents. And the one time that I was talking about maybe I should have stayed home, and I had said, like, I made a comment, like, I said something. My mom had my brother record my conversation, and then was like, it was just weird. Like, maybe some parents do that. Have one kid go record the conversation without them knowing, and then report it back. My dad used to stand at the door and listen, and then would bust in. I did make a comment like I should have just stayed at my dad's house. And it's because I was old enough to know that this isn't how I want to live my life, and you know, per se. It's just a lot. I could keep going on about it, but I'm gonna save different stories that happened to me for a different time. Because regardless of who like it and who say what about what, this is my life. I was gonna tell it anyway. I'm slouching my back. It was just a matter of time. I don't know who was thinking what, but I was gonna tell it anyway. So all that happened. I let it loose. She threw what I did to my babies in my face, as far as like going out. She said something about smoking. I'm surprised. Stop, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, that's one thing I didn't do either. I don't smoke around my kids in the home. I always made it a point to other people. I don't smoke around my kids in the home. They don't sit around and just weed smoke, okay? They don't sit around that shit. If you do it, fine. But we ain't coming to your house. I can't sit there and watch people do it on their kids either. I have done that before. I've watched people do it, and then it just, mommy instinct, mommy mode comes into play, and the least you could do is put a damn towel under a kid's room door. Like, that's just it. Like, one thing I can say is I don't want that kind of shit in my life. I don't want liars, people who half-ass tell the truth, or people who exaggerate, because she lied. Even when we were going back and forth, arguing, she thought the shit was funny. She said a lot of stuff. She made comments about, oh, you're mad because you and David didn't work out. No, honey, I'm not. So she said, so if you're trying to hurt my feelings, you gotta come better than this, sweets. And I was just thinking, like, damn, you see what you did to your baby, your children, when they were children, and that's what you say? That's another thing. I can't deal with people who just won't take accountability. They'll turn everything on me. This is why, and it's not to throw David under the bus either, but this is why I left David as well, because I had to take accountability for a lot of my actions, but it was almost like he wouldn't do the same for some things, or he would say, yeah, I did that, but like it was just like throwing fire. Like we had to play who can set the biggest fire. I'm tired of it. If I can't talk things out and feel like we're being adults, no point in you being in my life. It's hard. And you guys can see that I'm not tearing up about it and crying about it because I've done that countless of times. I literally was preparing myself for this to happen. I don't need a sorry. I just wanted accountability, and I don't even know what I was waiting on. There's so much shit that I don't like. I just don't want to deal with. And if that means you can't hurt my children either, then so be it. It's not about putting them in the middle. Like I said, she did as well when she said they were basically putting her dreams on hold. All I was saying was fine. Go live your dreams. We ain't stopping you. And you don't see me on here. I'm not gonna keep going, but I could do this about everyone. But the only reason I'm doing it about this one is because, like I said, really no accountability. She has done, said mean, hurtful things like that she thinks is funny now. She lies. We all lie. But she lies about big shit that I don't understand. Hell, you damn near can tell when I'm lying because of how much I don't lie anymore. I used to lie a lot. That sucks. I think I asked my dad something funny and he was almost like, yeah, thought you were gonna be a liar. But accountability, hurtful things, liar, thinking shit's funny, like just childish. I've been saying this since I was damn near 16 or 17. I just had nowhere to go. My dad basically told me you need to stick it out now. Like, you can't keep moving back and forth, and I wasn't gonna do it either. So anyway, you don't gotta deal with those type of people, you guys. Whether it's family or friends, you just don't. It was never about just the status. Like, that just put the cherry on top, you know? And then our conversation, like, I don't want to hurt my kids. Because then I told my dad, it would have been, like, honestly great if he would have just, I think he did, I don't know. It would have been great if he could have just protected me from her and told me the full-blown truth. Even though, like, I did fight hard to be with her. I told him that. But for me, I'm gonna do, like, it's different. I'm just gonna protect him from her. And I hate to say it that way, but that's how I feel. So it's from my perception. I'm tired, you guys. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I never held it against her. I just didn't want that part in my life anymore. It was just so hard. Couldn't talk about it. Couldn't say shit. Like, it was hard. So this is probably long, but it was probably helpful for a lot of people. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back with more, you know, things that's been going on in my life. And shout out to y'all for going back and telling mom, because all you did was help me. That was an obstacle, literally. That was an obstacle I was trying to get over for a very long time. Just by even saying anything. It may not have went how I planned, but if you thought it was gonna break me, like, you're wrong. Like, it feels good to know that I don't have to say anything else. There may be other stories I might want to bring up or whatever, but I'm gonna go talk to a fucking therapist. I ain't telling about nobody's shit. I don't trust people. Y'all may not trust people because of whatever I said, but that's some bullshit. To think that you were gonna, like, what? All you did was stop her from saying, like, you didn't stop nothing over here. We're doing good, and if anything, you saved me a lot of trouble, and my kids a lot of trouble, because they ain't dealing with none of that bullshit. All y'all can live y'all miserable ass lives over there. We're elevating. I'm so tired of being stuck on shit that happened 12 years ago, 16 years ago. Get over it. But the camera's dying. Peace and love. Stay tuned for more.